Alright, what's up guys? Happy Saturday. Let's get straight into it. Let me just turn the music a little bit down so we can hear ourselves. Yeah, this will be obviously a crypto update. I am currently in this GBP AUD short, which, really nice return to zone. We had a break of structure in there, and we also have amazing session lows intact. We've got our London low intact, we've got our Asia low intact. You've even got New York, previous New York here, and then you've got London here as well. Again, these are all unswept lows, which are incredible liquidity targets. So yeah, I'm currently in this. Obviously, I'll be holding over the weekend. I'm not a fan of holding over the weekend. I don't like holding over the weekend, but this setup is just too clean for me to, not stick to my plan and try exit around here. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold it and hopefully we open strongly. We've already got our TP set, so we'll probably either TP or SL stop loss. We'll hit our stop loss some point early on Monday. But yeah, right now I'm just being patient. I've already got everything I need to have set, and yeah, we're just gonna wait and see what happens. So that's my only really real forex play at the moment. I've also got a few other options, potential plays, but yeah, this is a crypto video, so let's get straight into it. Bitcoin formed a really nice. It formed a nice model and it just front ran our demand here, which can be seen. Still a valid model. Like, this is already a valid model 2. We were just hoping for that extended tap. That's all I was hoping for. Yeah, this is already a valid model. So it didn't have to come back, but because I didn't enter here, I was hoping for it that it would come back. And it never did, and it completed itself. So that is that. But given this is now complete, we can turn our attention to this range here. Little scalp over here. Nice lows below us. Ideally, it's not really required that we do grab this, but if we do something like this, I wouldn't be too, that'd be ideal, but we'll see what happens there. Alerts are still set. Now to get some help with context, let's see what USDT is doing. Obviously broke this market structure high on the hourly. I'm curious if it's broken back down. Yeah, so it has since broken the 1 hour market structure low back to bearish now. So we are now continuing our bearish trend here for USDT dominance. We have this unmitigated. We've ran through all this, so that can go. We're currently in demand here. This does look mitigated on the lower time frames. yeah, technically speaking, it is mitigated on the lower time frame. That's been mitigated. Yeah, it's not really clean demand. So I am not really too interested in this as demand. There's probably going to be something in here. Pretty confident there will be. We'll see if this is valid. Yeah, even this, like it just looks to be all mitigated on the lower time frame. Meaning it is not the most valid structure move here. Yeah, all this is mitigated. Technically speaking, you have this, but it's not really doing much. Of course, bar replay is not available for this. Yeah, so that is kind of the only demand. It's not really overlapping though. That's the only issue there, but we can leave it and see if we get some form of reaction from there. So we will see there. So yeah, given we are still now technically broken the hourly bullish market structure to bearish on USDT, we can expect alts to go a little higher for now, which is pretty much what Bitcoin is doing. But we'll see if we can get a local scalp short into this demand below. But yeah, but just know that we have accumulated here, so we've accumulated for a reason to push price higher, but there is a supply above, so we will be patient there. I'll set some alerts. Let's see what ETH is doing. We have taken out our weekly open. Swept our weekly open, and now we might be moving back up. Not really looking for anything in particular for ETH. Oh, let me skip to WIF because we did have that alert go off a little earlier. Okay, we've swept extreme liquidity. Five-minute market structure here. This demand that was created here is obviously failing. And we'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. Potentially use this as an entry, little pullback entry option here. And then as always, you just want to check that there is no demand below you, at least no real clean demand below you. Because I have a feeling there might be some here. It does look to be that way. Yeah, you have this. Yeah, in the ideal situation, I'm not going to be entering just yet. I would like the break, come into demand, mitigate it. We slowly pull back up, mitigate this, and then as soon as I get a structural break here, that is me entering with a very, very tight stop loss, like very tight. And then we just target the lows for a really, really nice 23 risk to reward. So that's kind of the plan here for WIF. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We have our alert set. And we just have to be patient. All right, from the top, Ton is still arranging here. And then we obviously had this really clean looking distribution with even an extended tap there. Nothing yet for Ton. Pump had this potential distribution which has just gone higher. Will be very interesting if this actually plays out. WIF is entering rectangle. Let's see which one. Perfect. We've mitigated demand. Like exactly what we wanted, and now hopefully we start getting a slow move back up. This is seriously exactly what we wanted. Alright, we'll be patient there. Where was I? Pump. Nothing really enticing at the moment. Pepe had this short pre-plan which never actually broke structure. So had this yesterday pre-planned. Q to entry was a structure break in here. I think this would have been like a 5-minute low. Maybe even a 10. No, so it was a 5-minute low. Technically speaking, we broke 10-minute structure here. Luckily I didn't enter this because we broke 10-minute structure here. This is valid 10-minute structure. Yeah, we broke 10-minute structure here. But I was just monitoring this 5-minute low. which never got broken. But yeah, point being is we SFP'd the 5 minute low and then we came back up. But I'm trying to think if there was any other reasons to why I didn't enter on that 10-minute break. I don't think there was. So luckily I didn't enter. Yeah, there you go. That's why we do this, so we can learn and look back on our mistakes. But yeah, then lo and behold, we have actually come into that supply. I would not be using this as a distribution model, just an FY. It's just uptrend after uptrend after uptrend. Maybe we get something local in here. Extreme liquidity swept. This has reason to flush down. We'll see if that happens. Doge. Give me a second. All right, Doge. Entering supply in here as well, but it is looking to push through it. Tau. I'll make this a range just in case, but we'll see what happens. Set our alerts. Virtual, funnily enough, we're actually going slowly higher and higher towards this first potential deviation. So we will see what happens there. XMR, I'm not really interested in anything here. Litecoin has powered through here. This is all invalid. Technically speaking, we're still compressing, like realistically. Fartcoin. There's just no return to zone here for me to want to take a trade. That doesn't mean we won't get a doesn't mean we can't get something like this happen, but from my experience and what I've seen, it doesn't normally happen. That after such a abrupt move up, that we get a pull back in here and then we get a slow climb back up into our third tapiola. It doesn't really happen, which is why I'm not really expecting anything. Yeah. Let's look at render. This is now invalidated. And this is, so if you guys watched this yesterday when I had this setup drawn, there was a reason as to why I didn't enter. We broke structure. So we actually broke structure. You could have entered this if you wanted to, but the reason being as to why I did not want to enter, one, it was a 2-minute break of structure, I'm pretty sure. So very low time frame. Oh, not even 2 minutes. This was a 1 minute break of structure. No way. Yeah, 1. Okay, first reason, obviously 1 minute break of structure on this model. Not really too confident on it. Secondly, we were forming a very local return to zone on the buy side, like this. So when you see something like this happen, all these are people's stop losses, ready, waiting for a hungry market maker to take them all out. And what happened? Came down, we broke structure there. Okay, technically speaking, we continued to come down. Boom, broke structure there, and we've just eaten all these stop losses, which is exactly as to why I did not want to enter. The only thing that would have made me enter this if we broke structure instead of doing this, coming back down, if we just did that aggressive and then maybe pull back in, fill out some imbalances and then continue going lower. Terrible drawing, but you get the gist. So the second we break structure and we just start slowly doing this, expect price to reverse back up. Same thing vice versa. The second we break, I'll go this way. The second we break, what am I doing? The second we break upward structure and then price starts doing this, expect price to dump. And that's exactly what would happen. And this is what happened like this, but mirror image. Bang, we broke structure and then we just started doing this. Creating all those highs, just waiting to get taken because people would, you put your stop loss here, what are you going to do? The second you move past this high, you move your stop down. Once again, you break structure down again, you trail your stop loss here, and people just keep trailing their stop losses, adding fuel to the fire, and then you just need one little pump up to break structure, initiate all these cells, and then you just rock it up, which is exactly what's happened. So yeah, that was my reasoning for not entering and just being very patient. There you go. So yeah, so at the moment for render, you could have this. How long is this? It's already come down so low, almost sweeping extreme liquidity, so I'm not too interested. Let's see what Quant is doing. Very extended model there. This is also looking pretty yeah, I'm not really liking this at the moment for Quant. And again, it's one of those ugly Model 2s where this would have been your original third tap because you've swept extreme liquidity and you've mitigated extreme supply, but then this tap here decides to deviate the prior. This tap here decides to deviate the prior. The second this deviates the legitimate third tap, this whole model just becomes a bit sketchy, which is what I do not like about it. And that's also why it's failing. That's how we came to about EQ and have now started pumping up higher. So I would expect us to just continue coming up and then probably breaking through that supply. XLM. Nothing really worthwhile here. Cake is also looking to go higher, breaking through supply. Hype. Hype is actually looking interesting because look at this. Distribution going into accumulation. This looks so clean. And we didn't take any of these. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, Hype has so far delivered some really, really clean setups. You literally just have to take them. You just have to trust your strategy and take them, which is what I did not do. I may as well put the alerts on Hype. Aave. Sui's gone up quite high here. Also leaving demand in behind. WIF, we'll move this. WIF is our first priority in terms of crypto. So we can move that to the top. Sol. Left demand here. Asta is absolutely ripping into this supply. Let's see if we respect it. I have a feeling we might. I'd like to expect some form of rejection here. Link. Bitcoin Cash is also looking to fail this model for now, but see what happens. Trump. Trump is moving higher. SFP, the market structure low there. Brett is also looking to move higher as well. This is our little distribution, potential distribution range, which, you know, has now been invalidated. Yeah, I have a feeling these are all going to be just temporary pumps, and soon you're going to start getting some topping formations and you're going to go even lower. That's my theory. But yeah, that's all for crypto really. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Keep an eye out on WIF. Just trade the levels, don't overcomplicate it. Plan is simple. expect the slight pullback up, creating return to zone, and trying the breakup structure. I'm not needing a local model because it's already fairly low time frame, 5 minute. As long as we get a mitigation from this supply and then we can break structure bearishly, that is all I need to enter. So yeah, we'll wait, we'll be patient, see what happens. Alerts are set. And that's it. Thank you all for listening, viewing, subscribing. I will don't think I might do one tomorrow. So if I don't, I'll see you all on Monday. Peace.